Welcome to Bio class. Today we are in chapter 8. How do organisms reproduce? How do organisms reproduce? That is our chapter. You know that the reproduction is the one of the fundamental process, one of the basic process of the living organism that results the formation of the new individual. New individual will form from that of the same kind, maybe slightly different, a little bit genetically different, physiologically, structurally different, but same kind of new organism will form. Now, here is a question, one basic question is asked here, that is the why do organisms reproduce? Another here it is the why should an individual organism waste energy in a process it does not need to stay alive. So it means that the basic things is the that shelter, food. The reproduction will does not provide all this. Then also the organism, why should they waste their energy in this process where the another organism will form, another organism will form. So why it's so? So here is the answer that you can see on the board. To maintain its existence, to form new species, to create variations, everything it will be discussed. Maintain its existence. You know that every organism having certain lifespan. After that they will die. So to maintain their existence or of race of the species, that reproduction is required. To form new species, in this process the new species will generate, new species will form. Okay. To create a variation here, variation will be discussed after one. Just know that variation, it means that the little bit difference among the individuals. That difference, it is a very big component for the evolution, for the survival of the species. So if the variation is not there, then the species may not survive for long time. So that the reproduction is required, reproduction is important. Okay, do organisms create exact copies of themselves? Here this part is discussed and you have to understand carefully. See that here the underlined part, the reproduction at its most basic level will involve making copies of the blueprint of body design. What does it mean? Again it is written, the DNA of the cell nucleus is the information source of making protein. If the information is changed, the different protein will be made. Different protein will eventually leads to altered body design. So everything we have to understand from the beginning. Okay, let's if we take one board here. Now we know that here is a male, here is a female. Here is a male and the female. They will produce, the male will produce sperm, female will produce ovum, and when it will unite, then the new individual, means baby will born. Now you have to think that how this sperm is produced. This sperm is produced in process of cell division. So process of cell division, here also it is produced. Okay, this sperm it comes in several copies. Cell division, it means that the one cell to the many cell, the copies of the cells. Okay, now what actually there that to make the characteristics of the baby, that I mean that If the male is a human being, then baby will be the human being. If male and female both individual will be dog, then that will be the puppy. So what there is some information is there that which can make that baby that same kind. Okay, this information is DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. This information is DNA. So it means that the DNA also comes in the sperm, DNA also comes in the ovum, and that DNA it comes in the baby. It means that when the cell will divide, then DNA also will divide. So the basic things, if I see that in this process of the reproduction, to maintain the process, the DNA should divide. Without the division of the DNA, I mean DNA, it is called DNA replication. Without the replication of the DNA, this process will not be maintained. It means that from the cell, the several copies of the sperms, several copies of the ovum will produce, and inside the DNA also will be copied. Here also DNA also will be copied. Okay, so that the baby will get all the informations and will be the same kind. It will be some characteristics of both the parents. Okay. In cell division, one phase is there where the DNA replicates. Here the DNA replication. In cell division, you can see that the interphase, and here you can see the one. Here the one DNA it is turns into another DNA. It means it is now will separate and it will make the two. Now you have to understand this part. The DNA in the cell nucleus, the information source of the making protein. Now DNA having a certain nitrogenous base. You know that there are 4 only. Every organism, virus to human being to blue whale, any organism having this 4 nitrogenous base. If you consider like 4 letters to make the sentence, in English 26 letter, how many sentence you can make? Huge. The word you can make the uncountable. Here also, if we make the combination that A, T, G, C, that kind of combination, then it will be the huge number. And in this combination, and from that the protein will form. Here, how this protein will form? That here we can see this part. See that it comes here in the 3 bases. 3 bases means triplet code it is called, and it forms the protein. Suppose ATG can form this certain kind of protein. If we change into AGT, then it will be some other kind of protein. Okay, so like almost like the word that we are using. Now this protein actually it makes our character. So that if the protein will change, the characteristics will change, or characteristics will stop. Okay, so if we see that that one ATGC, if we consider it ATSE to make the sentence, then ATSE will make that 3 letter, if see that all meaningful word here, eat, sat, see, set, T. It means that we have combined and to make that. If it is eat is there and you make it some other way, so it will change. It will change into some other. So other meaning will form. Same thing here in our protein also, that it is also will be changed into some other way. Okay, that is here it is told. So that the different protein will eventually leads the altered our body design, and therefore the basic event we have got here, the DNA replication, the copies of the DNA, and which makes the characteristics of the new individuals. All right. Okay, now we have got that the DNA is responsible for the next generation and makes the characteristics. So from the father and the mother, the child will born, and this child, but we know that this child, it does not exactly looks like the father or the mother. And if there many other, I mean, brother and sister, they are also not looks exactly same. So there are some difference. The how difference will create. If DNA is responsible for the all these things, all the characteristics, then it should be exactly same, because DNA is copied and all the notation, all the everything is there. Here in the nature will create that the DNA will have some the variation in each time. It means that DNA, whatever that it goes in the sperm and ovum, it not exactly same in every cases. So that the child which is born, it is not exactly same, all the characteristics same, it not looks same as father or mother. So it means that some difference. This difference is called the variation. So next class I'll discuss the what is called variation. It's very important part. Okay. Thank you for today.